What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lambo, and we're back with another video. And guys, today we are finally taking a look at the SL-01s or the slides or the slippers or whatever the hell they're called. No, I did not get my order. I know a lot of you probably think, you finally got your stuff. Hell yeah. Not so fast. Of course I didn't get my order. I'm actually going to be taking a look at a couple pairs of these slides from two different people that live around the Las Vegas area. I'm going to shout them out in here in just a minute, but I appreciate you guys. They actually let me borrow a size 10 and a size 12. So we're going to compare, the true to size to a one size up. We're going to get into it all, guys. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you slap the shit out of that like button. And also, pretend the shipping department is that subscribe button, right? Because I know you're waiting on your order. So go ahead and treat that subscribe button just like you would treat the person in charge of the shipping over at the Yeezy warehouse, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you got anything to say, any comments, questions, complaints, queries, quibbles, anything like that, or you just want to show some support to the channel, go ahead and drop a Lambo gang down below, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, real quick, before I get into this video, guys, if you haven't, make sure you head over to KivaDoKicks.com. They have all of their Yeezy Gap right now is 50% off. You use code Lambo, you get an extra discount. So go over there, take a look at their massive selection of Yeezy Gap. Use code Lambo at checkout, basically like 60% off, insane deals. Go over there, use my code, you won't regret it. All right, guys, like I mentioned, we're taking a look at two different pairs of slides today. Now, I'm a size 11. Okay, and when these slides first dropped, they dropped in the UK sizes and they dropped like every other size. It was like 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, like they went every other size. And then after a couple weeks or a week or so, they started releasing every size. So people were able to get different sizes. It was just a huge clusterfuck of a release. No one knew if it was supposed to be UK sizing or US sizes. So I did make a sizing guide to help people out to try to give them the best chance of getting their right size. So today we're actually taking a look at the two sizes that I would have gone for myself, the size 10 and the size 12. Now I'm a true to size 11, and the size 10, based on the sizing guide that was on the Yeezy website eventually, the size 10 should fit and should be about a size 11. But I also am going to be trying out the size 12 to see if going up a size is the right thing or going your true to size was the right move. So we're going to take a look at both of those guys, see which one's better, see which one fits better. We're going to take a look at them on feet, and then we'll get my final review. So let's go ahead and stop talking and jump into the shoes. Real quick, guys, before we take a look at these, I wanted to shout out both the Lambo gang members that were kind enough to let me borrow these. You guys already know Elijah, longtime OG Lambo gang member. He's let me borrow multiple things in the past to review because, of course, I don't have my order. So we've looked at the windbreaker, the pants, all that good stuff. Make sure you show him some love, my boy Elijah. And also, guys, the second person who let me borrow this size 12, his name is Caesars. I'm going to go ahead and display his Instagram as well up here. He actually has a YouTube channel, guys. I'm going to post that as well. So make sure you shoot him a follow. He has a couple hundred subscribers. Let's go ahead and try to get him at least to 300. He's like around 200 right now. 211, I think, is what it was when I last checked it. So make sure you go follow him, guys. Let's try to get him to at least 300. That's only 90 of you guys. Just go show him some love. I would greatly appreciate it because he's showing us some love by letting me borrow this and letting you guys take a look at these. So, guys, I really appreciate you for letting me borrow these. Much love. Lambo gang love always. You guys are some OGs. Truly appreciate it. But yeah, let's go ahead, jump into the shoes. And here they are, guys. This is a size 10 and this is a size 12. They're basically the exact same thing. The only difference is obviously one's slightly bigger than the other. But on the bottom, you can see this has a 12, this has a 10. Other than that, that is the only difference on these shoes at all. So we're just going to go ahead and look at one of these because you look at one of them, you look at all of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, guys, and as you can see, I mean, these things are very basic. I mean, they're just shaped just like a loafer, just like a kitchen shoe. It looks like I'm going to work, back behind the fucking restaurant counter right now. But these are just very basic. I mean, they're very light. They feel exactly like, the slide, like Adidas slides, like, you know, foam runners, the same type of foam. They're very lightweight. The bottom, very similar to the slide, except it has more ridges. You know, the slides were a little bit more, you know, bigger ridges and less of them. These are a lot smaller and there's just more of them, as you can see. But other than that, there's no markings on this shoe other than that 10. There's a little circle up here, like I guess probably where they unplug, you know, it came from the mold or whatever. But all the shoes have that at the bottom. But other than that, these are relatively basic. Now, what I will say and what I've been hearing is this heel back here, this like part where it touches your Achilles, this does rub on your Achilles. And you can see why, because this thing slopes forward. Like it slopes into your foot. I do not like that. I think, and I mentioned this to other people, I think there should have been a design element where it's more like the 350s, where this curves back like this. Okay, this would give you a pull tab so you can pull it on your foot, slip it on easier. But also this would move this top pointy part that jabs into your Achilles, it would move it out of the way. It wouldn't be touching your foot at all. So I think the next rendition of these, if they make some, it needs to have a slightly different opening at the top. This needs to be pulled back just like the 350s would make this a lot better. Okay, that's my personal opinion. But other than that, I mean, they're relatively lightweight. They're pretty lightweight. They feel pretty soft as far as, you know, putting these on your feet. They're bendable. You can see you can like bend these up and, you know, you could squish these and then they're just going to come back to life when you're done. So you can pack these, you can smash these into a bag and they're not going to distort the, you know, the shape. They're always going to be the same shape. But other than that, I mean, they're decent. They're really lightweight and decent for $20. Like if you bought this for $20 and they actually ship, you know, within a reasonable time frame, I would say this is a steal. Okay, but to pay $20 and to wait 6+ months, never know if you're even going to get them at all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're really worth all that time. I guess if you don't really care, you're usually like, oh, I'll just spend $20 and just sit and wait. Then yeah, they're worth it. But for me, I'm not really a fan of people holding my money hostage, telling me I'm going to get something in 8 to 10 weeks, and then it's 10 to 12 weeks, and it still's not coming. And I'm not a fan of that. You tell me you're going to do something, do it. That's how I feel. So they're worth it if you can get them in 6 to 8 weeks. Other than that, they're just a cheap slide, you know, a cheap slipper, cheap house shoe. Looks like the Fear of God. You know, California's look like a Debo house shoe, looks like a loafer, like a Michael Jackson moonwalker, fucking Billie Jean. I don't know, but they're decent. We're going to take a look at these on feet. We're going to see if the size 10, which is this one, is the move. I'm a true to size 11. So we're going to see if the size 10 is the move or if the size 12 would be a better fit. All right. But other than that, guys, this is the slide or the slipper, whatever you want to call it. Very basic, but pretty decent as well. Okay, so let's go ahead, take a look at these, and then we'll come back in here and we'll get my final review. And here is the size 10 of the slides, and they fit pretty good. Not gonna lie, they fit pretty nice. They feel pretty good, but I can confirm. Okay, remember, I'm a true to size 11. I can confirm that this heel, this Achilles part back here, it definitely does rub and press against your Achilles heel. I can feel that right there. So a lot of people have been saying that they get like little blisters, little rub marks right there. So you may, you know, if you went your true to size, they definitely are comfortable. You know, the toe box, I have plenty of room in the toe, as you can see. My toe's here. I have plenty of room. Nice fit around the width of the foot. The bottoms are comfortable. Everything feels really nice. It's just that back heel. Right? It's just that back heel part. And you can see when I walk, you can see that rubbing and pushing up against that right there. So as I suspected, if this had the tab like the 350 V2s, you know, if this had this right there, bent back a little bit, your foot wouldn't even touch that. That feels so much better. But with it not having this little bend pull tab and have it being straight up, that definitely jabs and pokes into your Achilles right there. So I'm not sure why he didn't design it with that little tab, like the little curve in the back. because this right here is definitely not the most comfortable thing right there in the back. We're going to see how the size 12s feel. I'm assuming they're going to be better because they're going to be looser and my heel won't be pressing up against it. But other than that, these are pretty decent, you know, for 20 bucks, not bad. But if you're gonna have to wait 6 months, it's not worth it in my mind, okay? But let's go ahead and see what the size 12 looks like and feels like and see if that was the true move. All right, so let's go ahead and switch into the size 12 and I'll be right back. And here are the size 12. And yes, guys, as you can see, look at that heel. No touching at all. Completely non-touchable. Okay, so remember, I'm a true to size 11. The size 10s fit great everywhere else. They feel very nice on my foot. This is the size 12. And they are a little bit looser. You can definitely feel it a little bit looser here. You can feel there's a little bit more space. Definitely more space up here. But the one thing you can't feel is that heel. Okay, if I walk all day like this, you can see my foot, definitely movement, and there's no heel touching right there. Okay, and even if it had the pull tab right here, it would still not be touching. So I don't know why it doesn't have that, because just overall as a design, it would be better. Okay, in my mind, for comfort, for look, for everything. For potential issues, I mean, having that pull tab is more convenient as well. But anyways, this is the size 12. And remember, I'm a true to size 11. And these fit good. These feel good. I don't feel these touching my heel at all. They have the same comfort on the bottom, same comfort around the top, and everything else. So I think that if you went your true to size, you're going to be just fine. But just keep in mind, you might have a little heel friction back there in your Achilles, okay? So wear some sort of thicker socks or thinner socks, or maybe even put a Band-Aid there to prevent it, like a blister Band-Aid or something, just to have that preemptive protection. But it's not the end of the world. You're still gonna be just fine, so do not worry. But if you went up one size, okay, you definitely are gonna be not having to worry about that at all. They may be a little looser, but you are not going to have to worry about that heel part, okay? And I think that is going to be one of the biggest downfalls of these, are people ordered them, and because of this slanted heel counter right here, it digs into your heel. So if people got, depending if your foot is fat, if you have cankles or something, you're really going to be fucked, okay? But these are definitely decent, and I'll say they are comfortable for what they are. Pay 20 bucks, you get these in a couple weeks or even a week or so, that'd be worth it. But you pay 20 bucks and you wait 6 months not knowing if you got the right size, sitting there waiting. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it in my mind. You can find something for 20, 40, even 50 bucks that you're gonna get quickly, that's gonna be more comfortable, better designed, and you won't have to worry about waiting half a year or more to get your shit, okay? But overall, not bad. I want to know what you guys think, though. Did you guys order a pair? Did you go up one size? Did you go your true to size? If you went down a size, you're definitely fucked. But true to size or up one is definitely the move. So let me know what you guys think down below. I dig these if I was able to get them quick. The fact that I'm waiting so long, you know, and just overall the design, I'm not really like huge and think these are like the best looking shoe. These kind of look like I'm working at like Applebee's, like as a chef, like I'm in the back cooking, you know, like I'm like the line cook in the back of like Chuck E. Cheese or some shit. That's what these kind of shoes remind me of. Just rubber, generic black, you know, non-slip rubber shoes. Like, I don't know. They're just really basic, not really the most, you know, innovative thing ever. But for 20 bucks, I guess you can't beat it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Again, this is a size 12. I'm true to size 11. I think going up one size is probably the best move. But if you want your true to size, you're still in business. You don't have to worry too much. All right. So let me know down below, guys. What do you think? Did you get a pair? Are you going to get a pair if they come back up? You're going to buy one on the resale market? Are you going to pass on these? I don't know. I'm interested to know. I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and go back in the room and we'll get my final review. And there you go, guys. The size 10 and the size 12 of the Yeezy slides. And if I had to choose, if I had to make a choice of which one I wanted to wear and which one was more comfortable, I'm definitely going with the size 12. So for all you guys who ordered your true to size or ordered a size that was maybe right around your true to size, you're going to be fine, okay? It's not going to be the end of the world. You just may experience some of that Achilles rubbing and you may just get some of that friction back there. So I suggest wearing, you know, like a blister protector Band-Aid type thing, or maybe even thicker socks might do the trick. But you're definitely going to feel, or maybe even thinner socks so it's not as much, you know, so it's less space back there. I don't know. You're going to have to experiment a little bit, but your true to size is definitely going to be slightly tight on the heel just because this heel counter, the way it leans forward, I do not like that. I think these should have been made like the 350s, like this. The backs should have been just like this, okay? Like curved back like that. That does two things. One, it provides you with like a pull tab to pull the shoe on. But also, if this was bent back like that, you're not going to have to worry about that thing rubbing on your heel. You know, your heels, your Achilles is going to be right here, and this is going to be sitting back there. So I definitely think they can use some slight reworking of the design, because the way that that heel counter slopes up and the way that right where it sits on your Achilles, definitely not the business. But the size 12, you know, going up a size, you don't notice it because your foot does not press against the back. So I guess it doesn't matter if you go up a size, but also if you had the, you know, slanted back like this, it also wouldn't matter if you went up a size. So I think overall that would have been a slightly better design mechanic to have it like that versus like that, okay? That's just my personal opinion. And for me wearing these, that's what I'll say is definitely the takeaway. But I want to know what you guys think of these. Let me know down below. Are you rocking with these? Are these something you ordered, you're waiting for? Did you order the right size? Are you now scared because you might have ordered the wrong size? I want to know down below, guys. So let me know, drop a comment, hit that like button on the way out the door. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. Even those guys out there who talk shit about me, who say, oh, you just have a channel, you're riding Yeezy coattails, whatever. I really could care less, because I'm putting out this content for you guys, just showing you guys what size to get, hoping that you guys don't waste your money and you guys are able to spend it accordingly and buy the right shit. So I appreciate everybody sticking around, even the haters, all you guys. I love you all. Make sure you drop a comment on the way out the door, guys. And as always, I'm going to catch you in the next one. Deuces.
Bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah. Boys, they wanna be me, hoes, they wanna